learning how to not compare yourself to anyone else, just being like, this is what I do, and I'm going to try to play the way I play better than I did yesterday.
Welcome, everybody, to Nashville Drummers Podcast, episode 78. Dan and I had the pleasure of sitting down with Tim Carman, who is the drummer of Canyon Lights, Parlor Greens. He is a 5 times published author with books like Haynesism, Phillyism, and a book about learning to play drums by remembering shapes, which is great for kids. I'm just a big kid, so I kind of like that. We dive a good bit into identity and the importance of studying the history of music. We had a great conversation regarding how it is you most effectively absorb a new piece of vocabulary. I thought this conversation was really interesting and enlightening, and I hope you enjoy it too.
And I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday Season. It's been a great year for us, and we're looking forward to an even better 2026. Got a ton of new guest interviews coming out. We have some new merch dropping very soon, so stay tuned for that. Also some Patreon updates, so a lot of exciting things. And again, just really appreciate everyone's support. So we'll see you in 2026.
All right, now that we're going, what would you say are the differences, if there are any, between a chicken strip and a chicken tender?
I don't think there's a difference.
Yeah.
I view it as the same thing.
Yeah,
Pretty much. I think chicken nuggets are a little smaller, right?
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think that sometimes that involves the kind of the grinding the chicken up into
Yeah.
a putty or whatever.
I feel like
putty.
it's good to know that in Nashville, considering it's such a chicken-friendly spot.
Yes. Yeah. You heard it here, folks. Nashville is pro chicken, and so am I.
Very much.
Yeah.
You ever had Raising Cane's?
I have.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that
You're a
spot.
big fan?
I like, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Canes. What's okay? Well, we're going there already. If you're gonna get yourself some chicken,
While I'm here
yeah.
in Nashville, honestly, I haven't been out much. I guess
Yeah,
I've
you're
been to
new.
Hattie
Yeah, you're new.
B's.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Besides that, though, I just came from Denver. I was living there for a year.
Oh, sick.
And they had a Raising Cane's like right down the street from where I lived, and that was my late night spot.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you guys recommend out here?
Man, Prince's
Prince's?
for sure.
Okay.
And Bolton's is also a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that place, Gus's in Memphis. Gus's Fried Chicken.
No, never been.
That's a good spot too.
good.
Yeah.
What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm good. It's good to meet you guys.
Yeah, you
Dude,
too.
yeah.
Appreciate you having me.
Quickly shout out our boys at Low Boy for
Yep.
setting this up again, Jeremy
Yep.
and Nate.
Yeah.
Another Low Boy featured artist
Yeah.
interview here with Tim Carman.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to this one for a while.
Cool,
So,
man. Thank you.
appreciate you being available.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
What's in your cup?
Just black cold brew.
Nice.
Yeah.
A man after my own heart.
Oh yeah, that's that I pretty much survive off this stuff.
Nice.
So
Do you ever do a shot of espresso in there?
I have. If it's a really sleepy day
yeah.
on the road or something, I definitely do that. Also, this is 7 brew, man. We don't have these in Boston where I'm from, so
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I think it's like a new thing. It's not bad. Cheap, which is all things considered with cold brew is nice because it's usually $7 or $8 or something.
That's true.
Yeah. This isn't too bad.
Are you a caffeine late into the day, kind of like you're okay and you'll sleep all right?
Yeah. I'm in a band with this guy, Pat Faherty, who drinks more caffeine than any human being I've ever met in my life. So I'm around him all the time, and my tolerance is just gone crazy. So,
That'll do it to you for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
So from Boston.
Yep.
Said you're living in Denver for a year. Mm-hmm. Moved to Nashville and this year.
yes,
Why don't
like
we
2
start-
months ago.
Why don't we start there? How has that transition been?
It's been good. To be honest with you, I moved here in August, but I've basically been on the road the entire time. So I think I've spent a total of 2 weeks in the city so far. So I'm still kind of getting my bearings and figuring out places to go, but so far I dig it.
Yeah. Who you been out on the road with?
Two bands. This band Canyon Lights, which is like a 70s rock band, and then a soul jazz group called Parlor Greens.
Yeah, I was checking it out earlier.
Yeah.
That's your original.
Yep, yeah, both of those are actually original
Yeah.
projects of mine that
Yeah,
I'm kind of like
stuff.
splitting time between. So
Dig it. Soul jazz.
yeah, like
Okay.
organ trio, like
Oh, let's go.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that stuff, man. It's a fun project. It's with this guy Jimmy James on guitar, who used to play with like Delvon Lamar organ trio.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
he's been with a lot of people. He's ridiculous, really talented. And then this guy Adam Scone on organ, who he was like a New York City guy for a while. He played with like Lou Donaldson, and he was like in the Daptone crew. So he's great as well. So
That rips.
yeah, it's been fun. You know?
Is that, are you accustomed to, or I guess, did you grow up playing and listening to that kind of music?
I grew up playing punk rock, so not exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, but then I got into jazz in high school. But the organ trio thing, I sort of started getting into like over COVID. I just, for whatever reason, just latched onto that format, listening to like Big John Patton and Jimmy Smith and people like that. So yeah, I dig it.
Dig it.
I mean, I can imagine the scene in Boston, and I know you've only been here for a few months, but
Yeah.
I guess a few questions there. I mean, why the move to Nashville?
Totally.
And what has that been like having the trio? I mean, I know like you're living here, but you guys are obviously like a lot of musicians based here, but you know, maybe spend a lot of time on the road anyway.
Yeah.
But why did Nashville kind of come into the fold?
That's a good question. Honestly, I went through like a pretty big life change about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I went through a divorce. And I had, for 13 years we were together, and I kind of was always going where she was related to work. So we were living out in Boston, where I'm from originally. And when that kind of went through, I was like, you know what? Now this is the time to go out and experience some new places. So
Yeah.
I went to Denver for a year, and I liked it. It was cool. And then a friend of mine from Colorado actually just bought a house in Nashville. His name's AJ Fullerton. And he's like, man, I got a room. We're going to build a studio. He's like, why don't you move out here? So I'm kind of just following where the universe takes me at the moment, you know, and just trying some stuff out and seeing how it goes, you know?
I mean, you're in a good place.
Yeah, man, for sure.
And to move to this city when you have, I mean, I always kind of say this, but moving here with a team, or like just even if it's that team, quote unquote, is just a homie that's like, you know, I'm doing music
Totally.
too. Come here and we'll partner up in some way, some capacity. That makes such a huge difference.
It's funny too. When I moved to Denver, I had some friends who live here who were like, "What are you doing in Denver? Like, come to Nashville. We'll hook you up with some gigs." And you know, so it has been nice to move into a place where I feel like I have a little bit of a community already. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah. I just went to Denver for the first time.
Oh, nice.
I've been out with this indie pop artist. Played the Skylark Lounge.
Oh
if
yeah, I
you're
love
familiar.
that spot.
Yeah, upstairs.
Yeah.
That load in, load out was
Not great, right?
not great. Yeah, it's a big stairwell.
That's one of my
Best.
favorite spots, though.
But it was a great show. Yeah,
Yeah,
great
that's where I
vibes.
would just hang out all the time. That's just
And they got the bar like underneath
the
with
pool table and stuff
exactly.
down there. Yeah, I love that. Shout out to Ashley. She's a bartender there. She's a buddy of mine.
There you go, Ashley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great room. And that's Nathaniel Ratlifts owns that spot too.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
his like local spot.
Well, I really like his song about being a son of a bitch.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We can all relate to that, right? Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I already said this, but you know, I really like your shirt.
Thank you.
And I feel
Yes.
I wish that I also was wearing. Actually was thinking just recently. I'm like, oh, I need to get like a shirt with Billy Cobham on it.
man.
The Roy Haynes on the shirt.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
a good call.
So there's this guy Esteban Drums is his Instagram account.
Esteban.
Yeah, and I like stumbled across his account, and he just designs drummer T-shirts.
Oh.
And I put out like a drumming book about Roy Haynes.
Yeah, I want to talk about that.
Yeah. So and he got the book. So we were just talking. I was like, man, I'd love to grab a Roy Haynes shirt. So shout out to him also. He's great.
Very cool.
Designed some cool stuff.
Yeah, so we can go there now maybe. I was reading like 5 times published author, Haynesism and Phillyism. Is that how you pronounce those books?
Yeah, for sure.
Talk to us about those.
So it's like it's a series that I started called the Ism series,
Love it already.
which
Genius. Yeah.
like basically I analyze a lot of solos from a particular drummer like Roy Haynes, and kind of try to get into their mind a little bit and figure out what they like to do in terms of one piece of vocabulary. And then the purpose of the book is to take that piece of vocabulary and create exercises by like permutating it and subdividing it and just nerding out over one piece of vocabulary pretty much. And then using it in like an actual soloing setting where you have to play over a form. So it's, the biggest challenge for me learning how to play jazz, especially as I started out as a punk drummer, is learning how to like absorb a piece of vocabulary or any vocabulary and then actually execute it naturally on stage when you're playing in a combo or something.
Yeah.
So the point of this is it like allows you to absorb it and kind of make your own thing out of it also. So
I love that.
So let me ask you, what in your mind is the most effective, maybe not necessarily quickest, but definitely most effective means to, like you said, absorb that vocabulary and make it a part of yourself?
I think just using it, like I said, in a lot of different situations in terms of like you're playing it in a 16th note subdivision, a triplet subdivision, different time signatures, you're orchestrating it around the drums. Like the Roy Haynes one is, a lot of people call it his did it and did it and did it phrase. It's like this triplet thing he would do a lot of times he'd do it as like a cross stick, and he'd do it in a triplet.
Right.
Yeah.
But he also would use it in like a 16th note subdivision, and then he would move it around the drums, and then he would add like roughs and drags and stuff in there, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And essentially it's all the same concept, but he just had like an endless
play around with it.
Yeah, endless supply of things he could do with it. So
It is more about taking a single idea and going deeper with it and just making tiny little alterations rather than learning thousands of ideas.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I use the Bruce Lee quote, like, I fear not the man who's practiced 10,000 kicks once, but the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times. And that's like
Man, is that
statement.
true?
Yeah, right? And it's like Stanton Moore he talks about like musical mileage, which is like being able to take one idea and do a lot of stuff with it. So
I love that. Musical mileage. Yeah. I've got I'm trying to remember the full, my friend Matt Bover has a content, context.
Oh, is it like a system that he...
Like 3 C's or something?
It's three, he's like, there are three components to any vocabulary. Like, it's not just the thing on its own. Like, you do have to master the thing on its own, and then you need it within context.
Is it like the imitate, assimilate, and then innovate thing? Or is that...
It's more like, what are the parameters of anything that any piece of vocabulary, what makes it usable?
Gotcha.
What is the thing? Like, what at the very center, what are the elements that make it something that you can actually use? And it's like, you can't, if you just practice, I spent a lot of years of my life taking patterns and just kind of repping them over and over, but then not putting them necessarily in, like, not jamming them to a tune, not improvising with them.
For sure.
Like,
getting to that's like the trickiest thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's the point of this book, is to try to overcome that. Like the last section of the book, you like sing like standards out loud as you play the exercises. Yeah. Because that's another thing whenever, I solo, and they tell you to keep the melody in your head as you're doing that. But by doing that, like, a lot of times you can't execute what you want to on the drums.
Right.
Yeah.
So this allows you to like separate and be able to do both. So,
man, have you done a lot of that? Sing the melody as you're...
Yeah. I try to. Yeah. It's a never-ending journey with that stuff. So
super impressive. And for our listeners, I mean, both of these books, Phillyism and Haynes-ism, nominated by Modern Drummer for Educational Product of the Year. 2024 and 2023. So obviously having an impact. Where did this practice sort of come from? Is this, a practice that you study with, like other teachers had imparted on it in terms of like absorbing vocabulary and picking things apart? And
honestly, just kind of my own like frustration, just being like, why, some things I think should come easier. And it was just a method that I came up with really to help myself and thankfully other drummers also. But that's kind of where most of my books come from, is like me trying to solve a problem that I, can't figure out. It's like you do the research and you're like, and I teach a lot of other people. So it just kind of comes together that way.
That's probably, if I had to guess, that's probably the best way and the best reason to make something like that.
For sure.
Like, it was a problem for me.
Yeah, exactly.
That probably means it's a
problem
problem for other
right?
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I'm by no means like a master at Philly Joe Jones drumming or Roy Haynes, So this system I created, so it's like it can help me get better at that stuff also, as well as other people.
Dude,
It's
I wanna
moved the
check these
needle for
books
you.
out. Yeah, these are so cool. Yeah.
Thanks,
and then
man.
talk to us quickly about the other 3.
So the first book I put out was a kids drumming book called Shape Beats for Kids, which uses shapes to correspond with what drum you play. I was living in LA and I was getting a lot of students who were like 4 years old and stuff like that. And I'm like, I can't write out like a quarter note or eighth note, just it's a lot for them.
Not quite there yet.
Yeah. So I just like a triangle is you play the hi-hat, a square is the snare drum, and a circle is the bass drum.
Yeah.
And then you teach like We Will Rock You is circle, circle, square,
Yeah.
So the book just basically follows that.
Yeah.
And then it connects like a bunch of different beats with songs so they can play with songs. And
So cool.
yeah. And the only reason that I put that book out is you guys know Gary Chafee?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I was teaching his grandson out of his house.
What?
Yeah, because I studied with Gary for a few years. And Gary like called me up one day and was like, my 5-year-old grandkid wants to learn how to play drums. And he's like, I don't know what to do with him. He's like, what do, and he's like, I know you teach, like, do you want to come over to my house and teach him in my basement? And I was kind of like crapping my pants at the idea.
What do you mean, Gary Chafee?
Yeah, right.
I can't understand what that could mean from you.
Oh my God. Yeah. So the kid's name's Tiernan. He's a great kid. I went over and Gary, of course, who's like, he's right over my shoulder. Like, why are you doing that? What's going on here? Like just really, he's an intense guy. I don't know if you guys have met him at all, but
No.
He's intense. And it was crazy because I was like teaching Tiernan how to play like Michael Jackson songs, and J.R. Robinson is on those recordings, and I'm like, Gary Chafee taught this guy.
Yeah.
Who I'm now like, but I started using the shape method with Tiernan, Gary's grandkid, and he was the one who was like, you should make a book out of this, and he introduced me to the people at Alfred Music, and that's how that happened. So
Insane.
yeah, it was pretty wild. Yeah.
And can people still study with you today? Are you doing remote lessons?
Yeah, I
in
do
person?
remote lessons. It's been a little trickier because I'm just like on the road quite a bit right now. But yeah, I love teaching still. And if anyone wants a lesson, I would love to do it. So
Well, it just so happens that I just right before I walked in here got a text from a friend asking for a good line for a beginner's drum course.
oh wow, there you go.
So maybe I send him,
Shape beats.
exactly.
Yeah.
cool.
Well,
Push him in your direction.
Universe is a funny thing, huh?
It is. Yeah.
That's wild.
Why don't we go backwards a little bit? Maybe talk about you as a student, kind of your upbringing. You mentioned the pop punk background.
Yeah.
And where did drumming kind of begin for you? Talk about some of those early inspirations, maybe.
Yes. So I grew up in a really small town outside of Boston called Norfolk, Mass. And my older brother is pretty much the reason I play music. He started playing guitar and formed a punk band. And I think I was 10 or 11 years old, and he like just put a pair of sticks in my hand, and he's like, "You're going to be the drummer in my punk band." And I really didn't have a choice. It was like that's
Yeah, he did. That's awesome.
And it was great. I mean, we were gigging around Boston, like playing little clubs and playing like basement parties and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was way too young to be at any of those things, but he got me started pretty early. And I was lucky because I was playing with people who were older than me.
Yeah.
So I got my butt kicked a little bit. So that's how I started playing. And then I went to this school in Massachusetts called Rivers. I was a hockey player. I kind of went to play hockey in high school, but they have a jazz conservatory at the school. So I was really into drums. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna join the jazz band. And the first day I like auditioned for the band was absolutely atrocious because I didn't understand the concept of dynamics.
Yeah.
was not quite.
Especially coming from playing punk.
Oh, just
music.
playing as loud as you can all the time. Yeah. So I remember
What's a ghost note?
Yeah, literally, I had no idea. It was just slamming the drums. So, but eventually, I kind of started to get the hang of it and started to get into jazz. And I played in the big band and the combo, and we did like competitions and stuff like that. Yeah. And then that's when I got introduced to this teacher in Boston. His name's Bob Galati. he passed away in 2021. But he was incredible. He played with the Fringe. He was kind of like a free jazz guy, but he used like the Alan Dawson method. So I was lucky to study with him when I was like 16 and 17, then like up through college. And he was the one who really like opened the door for me musically and was like a role model. You know, he'd go on tour and come home and have all these crazy stories that he'd tell me as like a 15 or 16-year-old. Very inappropriate stories that I can't really repeat on here, but I'm like, damn.
Or can you?
Yeah, this might be the platform to repeat those stories.
No, he just like, you know, fun times on the road, basically.
Yeah, sure.
And he'd be telling me about it. And I'm, like I said, I'm like 15, and I'm like, should you be telling me this?
Right.
But he was just such an incredible musician and a great guy. And so I was like, man, I want to do this, you know. Then, of course, like going to college, I was a little afraid to pursue the music thing, so I went to Hamilton College, which is like a liberal arts school, and I got a degree in history and music there. And then after that, I went to Berkeley for a couple of years. So
Sick.
that's kind of the
Let's see. What years were you at Berkeley?
2011 to 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said a degree in history. I'm just thinking, is that eventually foreshadowing what you would do with these books? And,
Yeah, for sure. I don't think I'd be able to write like I do if it wasn't for that.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it was good for me. And I'm happy that I did the college thing before going to Berkeley, because I got like 4 years of having a good time out of my system. Yeah. And then, you know what I mean? Like,
And then the opposite at Berkeley?
Oh,
no good times.
well, I practiced nonstop. I would just like lock myself in a room.
Good man.
Yeah, that's like all I did. And I saw like college age kids there who, you know, would skip like a funk drumming lab because they wanted to like get high and stuff. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like I was just at a school where my homework was to like finish a 400-page book and write an essay on it. And this is a funk drumming lab.
And you don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I was just like, yeah, it was, I knew I had to work my ass off to be able to play drums, you know, at a competitive level. So
That's right.
yeah,
You do.
yeah. So I got nerded out, and I just like got in the zone and just practiced a lot.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Obviously served you well.
Yeah.
And is hockey still a hobby for you?
I wish, man. I've been meaning to get back into it. Every year I'm like, I'm gonna join a league, and you know, like an adult league. And
Didn't we talked to Jay Weinberg? Didn't he say that he has a hockey league?
does he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's outlets here for sure.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I always say I'm going to do that, and then I'm just like on the road, and then I don't actually get to do it. So, but maybe this year's the year. Yeah.
Dude, I hope it is.
Me too. That'd be fun.
Hey, drummers, do you need a place to practice on actual drums? Drumbox has locations in Lafayette and Longmont, Colorado, and their newest location is right here in Nashville, Tennessee. You can book sessions online and get the space to yourself. Each Drumbox location is fully equipped with 2 kits, cymbals, hardware, and even sticks are provided. 30-minute, 1 hour, and 2 hour sessions are available at www.drumbox.space. Use the coupon code ANDP25 for 25% off your first session. The coupon code is valid at all 3 locations. Again, that's www.drumbox.space.
I'm always curious of our guests that have different passions and interests besides drumming, and I like to ask like about parallel, if there are any parallel sort of crossover skill sets you think, or traits, characteristics, attributes. Is that the case with hockey?
Yeah, well, I remember Bob Galati even said this, because during hockey season, I would have to take a break from studying with him, and he was always a little like, you know, he's like, it's okay, because hockey is, you know, you'll develop your coordination doing that, because you got to skate, and you know.
I mean, yeah, there you go.
So I think like, yeah, that was definitely a benefit of playing hockey, is it did kind of help with coordination, and vice versa, you know.
No.
I can't imagine it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy balance, core strength.
Yeah,
all
for
that
sure.
good stuff. Yeah.
And just doing like, not really 4 different things at once, but like, you know, your feet are moving while you're stick handling and shooting. And there's definitely, I think, athleticism to playing drums as well.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't personally play, but it seems like a level of awareness would also be a thing. Like,
For sure.
You know, obviously, as the drummer on the stage, you got to be, aware of the musicians, the crowd, everything.
Yeah, there's a hockey term. It's like you got to keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's I swear, like the same with playing drums. It's like you got to be looking around all the time, and it blows my mind how many musicians like just don't do that. They'll just be like pay attention,
Don't play selfish.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay attention to what's happening around you on the stage and off the stage.
Yeah. I had in high school a French band director would always be like, "You're masturbating, man!" Like he would always like just call people out, and that's what he would say. It was hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So I was reading in your bio also, 2020, you were nominated for Session Musician of the Year in Boston.
In Boston, yeah.
Super cool. So take us through that. I mean, going from Berkeley to obviously being very involved in the scene, doing session work, and kind of talk us through life after college. And
it's been a long road. So right after Berkeley, I was in Boston for a couple of years, just gigging around and teaching. And then my ex got into school out in LA. So I went out there with her, and I was in LA for a couple of years, which was a kind of like defining couple of years of my career, because it was like the first time that I was in a completely new place. I didn't know anybody. So I had to learn how to be outgoing, learn how to go check out shows and network and, do that thing and meet people. And then I kind of by the end of that 2-year period, I was like gigging and teaching full time. And I was like, this is great. And then my ex got into University of Michigan Medical School, and I was like, crap. So I moved kind of to Ann Arbor and Boston. I was like between the two, and I started touring with like a soul singer in Boston. And then I just started digging into the Boston scene again, and gigging a lot, and then studio work came there, and pretty much that's what I've been doing. So yeah.
I feel like you're being humble. There's obviously a lot of players in Boston, in Nashville.
Yeah.
But to be nominated, obviously, for that kind of an accolade. What was your process? How did you balance the level of work? And I would guess there was a lot of quantity and quality. For that level.
I think it's just taking everything as it comes in. And I will say a super important thing that I've just figured out is just being like organized and reliable and easy to work with, right? It's
weird.
I remember having teachers tell me that when I was younger, and I like sort of didn't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have to be like a genius musician, but really so much of it is obviously you have to know how to play your instrument, but you got to be somebody who's like, you're going to show up when you're supposed to, and you're going to know the material, and you're not going to be high, or if you are, you can play that way. So it's all right, So I think that's kind of mostly what I was leaning into, and I didn't really think any differently about anything. It was just, showing up when I should and just doing the best I can, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
give us some memorable, if you have any like memorable sessions or really some records that you're really proud of.
The Parlor Greens stuff, I'm really proud of that.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. As soon as I leave here, I'm gonna dig into that.
Yeah. That whole project kind of just came together in a weird way. As I mentioned, like the organ trio thing, I started getting into that during COVID, and I actually recorded my own trio. It's called Tim Carman Trio, which was in that setting. And I used to be in this band called G820, and they're signed to this record label called Coal Mine Records, which is in Ohio. So I had sent my record to Terry Cole, who's the owner of that label, and he was like, yeah, man, I dig it. It just like sonically isn't where I'd like it to be. But he's like, if you ever want to do an organ trio thing, like hit me up sometime. And then a couple years ago, I sort of had some extra time, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hit Terry Cole up and see if he still wants to do an organ trio record. And I basically like brought him the players. I was like, Adam Scone, who I'm a huge fan of because he's amazing, Jimmy James, and myself. And Terry was like, dude, that'd be a great trio. Let's do it. So he just set up the session. We all flew in, and the three of us had never played together before. And we just like sat in the studio, and the first thing that happened was this song, West Memphis. And we, Terry, we recorded to like a 388 tape machine. Terry just like pressed record. We didn't even rehearse the song. It just was,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was the first time we did anything. Yeah. So, and right away I was like, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be fun. And since then it's, the record came out a year ago. We just finished mastering the second record. That's coming out in March. And we're about to go to Japan. Yeah, we just played Fuji Rock also in Japan like a couple months ago. So we're getting out. And we did Newport Jazz Festival also, which was incredible. So,
Wow.
Yeah, it's been really busy. And then the other project that I'm busy with is Canyon Lights, which is myself and my friend Pat Faherty. And that's like a 70s rock and roll thing. And I'm super proud of that because it's the first time I've ever written lyrics. So I think as I mentioned, I went through a divorce a year and a half ago. So I had plenty of shit to get out,
Yeah.
So I did a lot
material.
I did a lot of writing and Pat was cool enough to, take some of my lyrics and put them to music. And
Wow.
yeah, so.
Man, you've been busy.
Yeah, dude.
That's you just listed off like things that most people, might feel accomplished doing in their whole lifetime.
Oh man, thank you. Yeah. I don't I'm not good at sitting still pretty much.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of us share that trait.
Yeah, for sure.
What's it like playing over in Japan?
Oh, the Fuji Rock Festival, I think, was like my favorite playing experience I've ever had. Just people are so receptive to music, especially instrumental music there. Like, there's no one is singing on this stuff. Like the first time we played there, it was like that festival, there's 10,000 people and they like knew the songs and stuff. And we went to like Tower Records in Tokyo and there was a whole like Parlor Greens thing in there. And I was just like, what is going on? This is awesome. Cool. Yeah. So I think it's my favorite country and Tokyo is my favorite city I've been to. I'm excited to get back there. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, dang, man. I'm mad jealous. I'm dying to go play in Japan. I've heard nothing but exactly what you've said.
It'll happen, man. It'll happen. Yeah.
They seem to, like you said, they appreciate instrumental music
for sure
in a way that it's just not
as much out here. Yeah. Just same with Europe. Whenever you go to Europe too, it's like they appreciate. Like I was in a blues band, and they're like, oh, this is an American blues band, even though we're a bunch of white dudes.
Yeah,
but it's still like they're like, oh, they it's part of our culture,
Yeah.
So they were excited to and supportive of that stuff, Whereas like around here, it's like you hear a blues band, you're just like, meh, it's
it's a blues band.
It's another blues band.
Right.
Yeah. So
well, as I'm hearing all of this, I'm thinking like, when do you have time to practice?
I don't practice.
No, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
No, I mean, to be honest, that's one thing I need to get back into. I mean, I'm always working on like a pad and stuff. But now that I moved to Nashville, this is the first time in like 10 years that I've had, maybe not 10 years, I'd say like 5 or 6, that I've had like a home where I can have my drums set up.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to like living in apartments and mostly gigging. And if I am practicing, it's like learning material for other people and not really like, working on specifically getting better at the craft. But I think most of it, I'm playing a lot. I'm playing a lot of gigs, and that is keeping me on my toes, especially with 2 projects that are so different. Like I get the rock thing from Canyon Lights, and then I play more of the jazz funk stuff, and I have to solo and improvise more. So both of them are like working my mind out a bit, I guess. So
you think that balance is healthy as a player?
Yeah, for sure. It really fucked with me too at first. Like the first time I did a tour where I had to bounce from one to the other, like I was out with Parlor Greens and then I had to meet up with Canyon Lights and then go back to Parlor Greens. And I was just like, holy shit, this is kind of a weird switch to like turn on
Switch
and off.
modes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, like dynamically and just even like the kit size, Parlor Greens, I use like a 20-inch kick. Canyon Lights is like a 24 by 14, just,
Yeah.
So, but it's, it's been cool.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of drummers here could relate to that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
everyone's,
good,
you're doing a country gig, and then you're doing Broadway, you're doing
For
covers.
sure.
I just got off the road with an indie pop artist.
Yeah.
And then I'm back out this week with Country Trio.
There you go.
Like literally switching my brain, going back into the set list, making sure I'm,
Yeah.
got my hands ready. But,
What's the indie pop group you were out with?
her name is Marielle Craft.
Okay, cool.
She's the artist, and then we were just, we're the backing band for her.
Nice, man.
But,
yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah.
I had a really good time.
That's sweet.
Well, I think that's kind of, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but at least for me, that's kind of the dream, is to be able to switch like that. When I think of all the stories of like Vinny coming up and playing, like doing a pop session and then going and playing, a jazz gig, 2 hours later, I'm like, That's sick.
Yeah.
First of all, to just be able to handle both those things with excellence is awesome. But then to be able to do that kind of in a short amount of time, like, I just want to shove as much music into my life as I possibly can. That sounds badass.
I'm grateful to be able to do it because for a while too, I was in one band, touring like 200 days a year and kind of playing the same set.
Yeah.
And like that can, after doing that a lot, it gets a little stale and you also feel like you're not really growing as a musician. But this has been like pushing me, which is what I need. Everybody needs, you know. So yeah, it's been cool.
Yeah. How about work-life balance? I mean, we're talking about more just like gig, music balance, which is really important. But talk about that a bit.
That's been a thing I'm not succeeding at, I will say. That's probably why
we're all working on it.
Yeah, that's mostly why I went through a divorce, for sure. So it's that's life. I'm still figuring that out. I mean, it's a tricky profession, what we do, and just
doesn't really make much sense to the average.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Especially non-musicians.
Yeah. And my ex was a doctor too. So it's like I would get home from the road and she's working nonstop. So it was, it was tricky for sure. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear other people's thoughts on that because that's, like I said, it's something I'm still trying to figure out. And the thing that I'm doing right now is like both of the bands I'm in are new. So both of us, like we're growing, so we need to be working all the time. So it's like if I'm not touring with one, I'm touring with the other. So I don't really have a chance to do that. But I'm hoping in like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
I'll have a little more time. But
yeah,
that's always the kind of like the thing that keeps us going. Like, hey, yeah, you know what? In a few years, maybe.
Yeah.
If everything goes well, I'll be able to X.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Right.
I'm delaying that thing.
Yeah,
but I'm sure. But it also is maybe the only way to keep going with the music thing is like, I think if I do it just right, I can have that thing that I'm aiming for.
You got to be a little insane to do this job. Like
honestly.
And it's you got to be stubborn and it's got to be like the only thing you want to do. And and it's like I have no complaints. I'm grateful to be doing it and I have no regrets. So that's kind of my mindset at the moment. I'm just, like I said earlier, seeing where the universe takes me and just trying to enjoy the ride and just work hard. So, yeah.
I think that's the right mindset.
Yeah.
Love it.
I think so.
How do you get the perfect Nashville kick drum tone? It starts with a Lowboy Leather Daddy bass drum beater. This leather-faced beater occupies the sonic space between felt and wood beaters. It's punchy enough to cut through the mix on those 4-on-the-floor barn burners with the warmth you need for slow ballads. Okay, but who plays a Leather Daddy? Garrett Goodwin from Carrie Underwood's band uses one. Lee Bryce drummer Donnie Marple plays a pair. Walk down Broadway any night of the week and you're going to hear one. In Nashville, you can test drive a Lowboy beater at Drumbox and grab one at Forks, Drum Supply, or Nelson's. Check out lowboybeaters.com to learn more.
How long have you guys, you said you out here in 2021, right?
I got here basically 2020.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, last summer. Kind of a weird time for me going through not a divorce, but a breakup.
Yeah.
But, and yeah, Nate's been here a little bit longer than me.
Yeah. I got here in 2016.
Okay.
Yeah. Just right at the end of the year. And
yeah. Where are you from originally is?
California.
California, nice.
Yeah.
Like Southern California?
Way up north.
Way up north,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right, nice.
A little town called Reading.
Oh yeah, I know Reading, yeah. That's awesome.
I'm a New Yorker.
So okay, East Coaster.
Closer to you.
Nice, yeah.
It's been a welcome switch for me, everything. There are always complaints and valid reasons to be annoyed with whatever city or space you end up living in. There's no such thing as a perfect situation, but Nashville in general has been pretty sweet.
Yeah, man. Yeah. One thing I love about this place is it just feels a lot more welcoming than I sort of expected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if maybe I didn't really expect anything, but it's just like a good community.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, they're excited that you moved there. It doesn't seem as, I don't know, cutthroat. Yeah. Like I was in LA for a couple of years and that was cool too, but it had a different vibe for sure.
Yeah.
And I love how small the city is too. It's like every time I go out anywhere, it's like it ends up being in like the East Nashville, like people, even like this,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah,
15
was at
minutes.
coffee this morning with another drummer, and then ran into an artist that actually is funny. Andrew Bessel,
nice.
a drummer we had on. It's gonna be a future episode.
Nice.
He plays with that artist, so I recognized him. Hadn't met him, but heard the name.
Yeah.
Because my friend knows him, and then he's like, his name is Noah Flourish. And Noah was like, "Oh yeah, I heard about Andrew. Kept talking about the podcast. I can't wait to hear myself on it."
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's small community.
Yeah, you never know who you're going to run into. Also, it's like last night I went to Soft Junk. Do you know that? Like it's a DIY venue, not very far from here.
I wonder if that's new.
A friend of mine, Heather Gillis, she's a bass player and guitarist. She hit me up. She's like, "There's a show going on. You should come check it out." I was like, "Okay, cool." And I got a ticket. I walk in and like turn to the right, and the first person I see is just Jack White just hanging out. I'm like, "Oh,
that's
okay.
cool."
Yep.
Yeah, this is Nashville. I guess I should get used to this, But I guess it was like a Third Man Records kind of party thing.
Sick.
So
Hanging out at Soft Junk. Great name.
Yeah,
great
right?
name.
Yeah,
Really gives you a visual.
it does.
Yep.
Many visuals.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a cool spot. There was a band playing Be Your Own Pet, they're called. I'd never heard of them, but like punk rock, like good punk rock. So, and like as I mentioned, that's what I grew up listening and and playing. So I was like, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask about that. We moved away from it. I was waiting for the natural point,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
here it is.
Yeah.
We found it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about that. When you were first getting inspired by the punk rock thing, who were some people you were listening to?
Operation Ivy, Dead Kennedys, Rancid, this band called Leftover Crack. So my older brother's an anarchist, so it was like an anarchist punk band that I was in.
Sick.
Yeah. And it was pretty intense, but it was fun as hell. One kind of funny story. I mentioned that band Leftover Crack. They had and
That's a great name.
Most of that band was in another band too called Choking Victim, which is also they're all like New York City dudes, like, and they're anarchists,
making their mothers proud.
Oh yeah, they're like squatters also.
Yeah.
And I think the singer's name was Stizza, and he got in touch with my brother because he was coming through Boston, and he stayed with my brother, I guess. I must have been like 12 or 13, and he was like, "Well, why don't you guys cover Choking Victim and Leftover Crack songs?" And he's like, "I'll sing." And this dude, to me at like that age, like I was listening to his records all the time. I'm like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." So we like go to play a show in Boston with him, and we're like backstage, and I'm like freaking out. I'm nervous, and he can tell, and he looks at me. He's like, "You nervous?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And he goes, "Just don't fuck up. You'll be fine." And that's what I was just like, "Okay."
Man, that's crazy. I never thought of that until now.
Right, exactly. So, but it was fun. It was a cool show, and it was one of those funny moments that I'll definitely always remember.
Yeah. Do you miss the punk scene, and do you have any plans to kind of dip your toes into that here?
I would love
to. The country scene.
Yeah. I mean, I love. I'm all over the place. I listen to basically everything. Like I love like country music and singer-songwriter stuff. Sweet. And like Jason Isbell and like Brent Cobb and people like that who I'm really I love good songwriting, like Tom Petty.
Actual songwriters.
Yeah. Tom Petty's like my favorite, man. I'm always putting him on.
Yeah, he's the best.
Oh yeah. So, and I'd love to be in a punk band again, So I even looked at my friend Heather last night because she's into that stuff too. I'm like, we should make a punk band. Let's make this happen in Nashville.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And as you see, there are lots of little opportunities, like DIY venues and I mean house shows and stuff like that, where that kind of stuff is being played.
For sure,
it's alive here. It's pretty cool,
which I love. And I literally sent a video to my buddy Pat, who lives in Boston, because he's like. He was gonna move to Nashville with me, but he's like, "Man, it's all like pop country and stuff." And I'm like, Nashville's not all pop country, buddy. Check this out.
It's changing for the better.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a big melting pot here.
Yeah, I was like, take that, Pat.
Yeah. Well, given your track record, I have no doubt that we'll be talking about this next year in that band and.
Yeah, who knows, right?
Some other projects you're gonna get into.
As long as I figure out the time to do it.
Work-life balance.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I definitely want to start playing with more people around here in general. Do you guys know Austin John?
No.
He's a guitarist. He's like a blues player.
It's two first names.
Yeah. Wow. Ricky Bobby. Right? Yeah. No, but he's a great guitarist. I've played with him a little bit out here, and I'm trying to, meet, or JD Simo. Do you guys, know him?
No.
He's a really good guitarist. He's a guy who played on like the Elvis movie soundtrack, and then also the Bruce Springsteen movie that just came out. I haven't seen it yet.
Axel Coe.
Yeah.
You know Axel?
No, I don't.
You should get to know him. I just saw he posted about that he was not only on the soundtrack but in the movie.
Oh wow!
Like he's on drums.
Sick.
Yeah, he just posted because the movie just came out like this week. Killer session. I think he posted something recently. He did like 463 tracks this year.
Oh my god!
Just everywhere.
Yeah.
Killer player.
Yeah, there's so many incredible people here. Obviously, it's. Yeah, I definitely want to just meet as many people as I can, and it's pretty cool environment to be in. Yeah. I love too, like you just like go out to a bar or whatever and get a drink and like turn to your left. It's like, oh, that's another musician, and everyone is, and it's kind of nice.
Especially in East Nashville where we are. And throw a rock and hit a recording studio. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, like this spot. I'm like
this spot.
Did not expect
Garden
this
Groove,
to be.
shout out.
Yeah. So
well, you mentioned like LA obviously being a little bit more cutthroat, which we've heard a lot. How do you feel in terms of being in Nashville, surrounded by so much talent? Like, obviously, there is still a competitive edge.
For sure,
You know, yes, it is a very friendly community, but, we are all trying to do more or less the same thing.
Yeah.
Is that exciting to you? Is that fearful? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's nerve-wracking for sure. It's exciting. I honestly just try not to think about it too much. Like I said, I'm just kind of like going to make an effort to go out and meet people and take gigs if they come in. And I think like I've learned like just over analyzing and over worrying about it just doesn't really help at all.
Yeah.
So you might as well just wake up every day and just do whatever you can, So that's kind of how I'm thinking about it.
Great. Yeah.
So
you going to any of the jams like Inglewood or Flamingo or anything?
I haven't been yet, but I should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop in.
It's funny, jams though always just intimidate the hell out of me.
Dude, I know what you mean. There's something weird there. I'm like, why am I intimidated by this?
Yeah.
Why does it feel weird to
It almost feels like, the high school cafeteria lunch.
Totally.
Like,
that's the best way to describe it.
Sit next to like the cool kids.
I've never been into going to jams. Somehow I've managed to like not have to do that and still be gigging. So I mean, I'll go and like I like watching and and just hanging out. But I'm not a huge get up and so
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I respect people who do that and just play with whoever and just you got to be pretty brave to do that. That's for sure.
The guys running the East Side Jam are killing it.
Yeah.
That'd be a good place to start.
Yeah.
Just to meet people.
Or the 5 spot is they got that Tiger Beats thing on Monday, which Pat Sweeney. So I know those guys, so I'll sit in with them sometimes.
Sick.
So I guess I do sit in, but it's usually like I know the person already, and it's
for sure.
So yeah.
Well, okay, let me ask you something. So you talked about this just for a second or touched on it when you were in LA. Like you developed the skill of networking.
Yeah.
How does that play out? What did you and first of all, would you consider yourself more of an introvert or an extrovert?
Oh, definitely an introvert.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty quiet. I'm pretty shy normally. Until I feel comfortable around someone.
Yeah.
But no, I got to give a shout out to my ex-wife. Honestly, we the first gig I ever got in LA. We went to like a winery in Malibu, and there was a duo playing called Sheldon and Cunane, and they were great. It was just like 2 guitarists, both of them sang, and my ex was like, "You need to go talk to them and see if they ever need a drummer." And I'm like, I'm not gonna bother. I'm like, we had some glasses of wine, and she finally convinced me to do it. So they finished the set. I walked up and I introduced myself, and I'm still friends with both of these guys, but one of them in particular was like totally dismissive and like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, no. And then the other one, this guy Rich, was like, yeah, man, we actually do need a drummer. Why don't you like next week or something?
Yeah.
So he set me up with a gig because their drummer couldn't make it. And he like sent me some songs to learn, but not really much. And I show up and I'm like, so what are we playing? It was like for a few hours at like a bar. He's like, you listen to The Dead? I'm like, no, I don't listen to The Dead like at all.
Yeah.
He's like, you'll be fine. And we literally just played Grateful Dead tunes.
Okay, Grateful Dead. Like,
yeah.
The Dead, got it. Yeah.
Turns out you don't have to have listened to The Dead.
What's hilarious is because I was coming from like, I got into like funk, like Meters, Zigaboo, and even like I used to listen to Lettuce quite a bit with Adam Deitch.
Dude.
So I was kind
Adam's
of
the freaking man.
Oh, he's amazing. I was like approaching it sort of from that angle. And the two of them were like, man, like this is killer. Like don't listen to the Grateful Dead. Like just keep doing what you're doing. Like make it your own. And I was like, okay, cool. And that became like a steady gig for me. And then from that one, their bass player had another band, and it led to another one. And then it just like next thing I know, you know, that was just playing a lot.
Yeah,
so.
domino effect. You
Exactly.
know, it really is the case.
And it's most of the bands that I'm in, I can almost trace it back to like literally one conversation you have with somebody. You know, it's just like put yourself out there, and you never know.
You never know.
Yeah. So it's pretty funny. And those guys are still friends of mine. Rich lives in Florida now, I think, and Sean actually lives in Colorado now. So when I first moved to Colorado, he was, you know, I hit him up and I got gigs with him out there, and so it all connects.
Yeah, man.
You
Yeah.
know? Yep.
Doing the right things for
It's
sure.
yeah, you have 1,000 little moments like that where you just put yourself out there a little bit.
Yeah.
And that really it pays huge dividends.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. And like you figure out too, like what's the worst thing that can happen is they're just like, no, we don't need a drummer. It's cool. You move on with your life. You know, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, the very worst could be like, why are you asking me this? Like that's which is maybe embarrassing in the moment, or maybe you're just able to go, well, I was just asking because I thought maybe I would like to do that too.
Yeah.
And maybe we would both benefit from that.
Exactly.
But we're good. I'm good because I'm already good.
Yeah, and then I feel like as like you grow as a musician too, like when you see other people doing that or coming up and asking you, it's like you appreciate and respect what they're doing, and you're like, yeah, man, like I don't, not right now, but I'll keep my eyes and ears open for you if something does come up. And I think everybody's like in it together. I like that mentality. We're all just trying to make it work for us, and we're all different musicians and all do our own thing the way we do it, and that's another thing that as I've gotten older, just learning how to not compare yourself to anyone else anymore. Just being like, this is what I do, and I'm going to try to play the way I play better than I did yesterday.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I was thinking, I think my favorite playing has an element of risk in it.
Yeah.
And the players that inspire me the most are taking chances.
Totally.
And I do think that you play how you are.
Yeah.
So if you're a person who doesn't take risks in life and you just really kind of engineer everything to go really smoothly, you probably will play at least somewhat like that.
For sure. That's a good point. I never thought of it that way.
But if you want to, have some risk in your playing, perhaps it would be good to do as you did and just take some chances.
Yeah.
Ask, hey, you guys ever need a drummer?
Exactly. I love playing with other musicians who are like that too. Like Jimmy James and Parlor Greens. The guy, like it's like a journey playing with him, because you literally never know where things are going or what he's going to do, and he leads the show for sure on stage, and he plays with his teeth. He does all this crazy stuff. He's like one of the best guitarists I think around right now. He's ridiculous, and he's like an incredible human being, and like all of that just comes out in his playing. So it's nice to like be on the journey with him and Scone, because it feels like safe. There's no judgment, you know. Everyone's on the same page. We're all just in it to see where the music takes us every night. It's cool. And not all bands are like that. I was in a band before where this, as I mentioned, the set was the same every night. If you did try to do stuff that was a little bit different, you'd get a look, stuff like that. It wasn't a very free situation. So, yeah.
Are you guys playing in town anytime soon?
We're playing the Blue Room the 30th this week.
Yo.
Okay.
Yeah. If you guys are around.
I'm there, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm free.
Let's see.
Literally this Thursday.
30th. Okay, 30th Thursday.
Put this in the calendar.
What time are you playing?
I think 9.
Yeah, I'll be in a set.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all
Otherwise
good,
I'll
man.
be there, brother.
Yeah. No, it's funny you asked. So this is our first time as a band playing in Nashville. So,
Sick.
Yeah.
Dang. Take video.
If I'm there.
Are you? Let me know.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
Cool.
Yeah.
I will after this. Well, yeah. As you guys are talking about this, I keep thinking of the word identity. And I think that's a challenging thing for a lot of drummers, not just in Nashville, but especially here, like doing a lot of different gigs and doing a lot of artist gigs, right? Where we're just kind of coming in and out. A lot of gun for hire situations, cover gigs, sub gigs. What is your mindset on who you are as a player? Because you have a lot of your own original projects, of course, but balancing those different genres and bands, and
for sure
developing who you are as a player, maybe separate from the music.
Yeah, it's funny. I've like somehow the way my career has unfolded, it's led me into the blues world a lot, and like specifically shuffles, and that's kind of like my bread and butter feel, and that's definitely the thing that I do the best is like play like a Chicago double shuffle or a Texas shuffle or
oh God, I have to hear you play now.
I'm
very excited.
That's like my
I hadn't even heard of those.
that's the new book I'm working on, is a shuffle book actually with Hudson Music.
Let's go.
Incredible.
Yeah, so that's like my thing.
Okay.
For sure. That like if I could just sit and play one groove, like what is that Pro Drum Hollywood, that place, and they have that thing where
Groove
people,
of the Week or
when I did that, that's what I just did a double shuffle.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So that's kind of my go-to. But then like in general, like I really connect with music from like the 60s. So a lot of my playing is kind of inspired by like the early rock and roll stuff and the soul jazz thing. Like players like Ben Dixon, who played with a lot of organ players. Idris Muhammad, he's one of my favorites. Zigaboo, as I mentioned. Sort of like Earl Palmer too. Like I do a lot of like unison hand stuff. Like if I'm playing like a rock and roll beat.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the world I like to live in, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's cool because it can cross over to playing rock or to playing straight ahead stuff too.
Yeah, it absolutely can.
Yeah.
It's got the same root. That's why.
Exactly. So I'm not as like a super modern player, more like steeped in, at least this is what I try to do when I play, is the traditional stuff and kind of put my own spin on it in whatever way I can.
Yeah, it's cool. It sounds like you've infused all these different styles into just, your own unique.
Yeah, there's definitely like a punk thing too to the way I play sometimes, which is, kind of a weird mix to put
Punk,
in there
soul,
too.
Jazz.
Yeah, it's like
Honestly, the attitude, the just fuck it, we ball.
Yeah.
That punk rock attitude, that's my favorite thing.
for sure.
And I will say that the artists that inspire me the most all have that thing.
Yeah, because you can have that in a jazz setting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Roy Haynes, going back to him, the first record that I heard that like turned me onto jazz was this one, Cracklin'. It's Roy Haynes and Booker Ervin. And the first track on it is called Scoochie, and it's like the most punk rock, like 60s jazz thing I've ever heard. It's just like blazing, like 300 BPM, and it's
writing it down so I don't forget.
Like there's so much, and I was a teenager when I heard it playing punk, and I was like, oh, okay, I get this. I like, and that like opened the door, because before that I didn't get it. I didn't get jazz at all, and I mean I still don't to some degree. It's always, I'm still trying to figure it out, but that album just was a gateway drug for me for getting into it.
The tune is called Cracklin'. What's the album called again?
So the album is Cracklin'.
Oh, the album's Cracklin'.
And the tune is called Scoochie.
Scoochie.
Which is SCOOCHIE.
Got it.
Yeah.
Scoochie. All right, Roy.
It's so good. Yeah, it's a great album.
You've heard of Drum Supply, but you gotta see their shop. It's a drum shop experience like no other. They're packed with all the gear a working drummer needs, and so many parts, noise toys, and accessories. It's a toy store. Curated cymbals, kits, and snares. The hands-on percussion room is nuts, and their custom shop work is fast and affordable. Andy and the guys know their stuff, and they're ready to help. And the big news? They've just moved to an awesome new location near the corner of East Trinity Lane and Dickerson Pike. Still in East Nashville, just a couple miles from their old spot, the all-new Drum Supply is twice as big, featuring a dedicated cymbal room, a lesson space, and even more drum gear than ever. Go see the new Drum Supply shop for yourself. Now open 11 to 5 at 2211 Dickerson Pike and online at drumsupply.com.
Sort of a related topic, because you mentioned, like, you said you're not a modern drummer. Then we're kind of talking about inspiration. Kind of switching gears a little bit to social media and content and just being present.
Yeah.
How are you inspired these days by other drummers? And what are your quick 2 cents on the social media world? I mean, it's becoming obviously just like so important, but also crippling a lot of young minds, and there's a lot of negative aspect to that as well.
You mean like the negative comments and stuff like that?
Yeah,
that people,
or just like the pressure to post and to, can be very, I think, distracting to what we're actually after.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think someone told me the best piece of advice related to this, like there's like a way you can approach doing stuff on social media where it's like either you're forcing it and you're like, oh, I need to be doing this thing for social media, so I'm going to do this activity right now for that. Or you can think about like going about your normal day and just like actually filming what you're doing during the day. So like I was never into the social media thing until I started filming. I call them like drum cams, my own performances. And honestly, like I was just doing it for myself.
Yeah.
Like watching footage and being like, that sucked. Like, why would I do that? Don't do that,
Or that was badass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, usually that's not what you think when you see on stuff. But
It's usually, if you're like me, it's just like,
Yeah, my worst critic.
damn, I'm garbage.
Yeah. But then I was like, you know what? Why don't I start putting some of this on social media? It's like, so you're like killing two birds with one stone. You're doing the social media thing, but you're also like really doing it for yourself so you can get better at your instrument too. I think like thinking of it that way is a good way to approach it. But yeah, it's with all the technology now, it's scary. I mean, the AI stuff and I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting landscape, and I can't imagine being like a younger drummer now, because there's just so much stuff out there. There's like never ending amount of like knowledge, and some of it's great and some of it's not. So like figuring out what information to take in and what not.
Overload, teen depression and suicide.
Oh,
it's
man.
Like, I mean, it makes sense.
It totally does.
Like it's almost easier to just shut all that down. Like there's just so much. Where like in the past, like you would, it's more traditional. Like you had your you go to your drum teacher at his house, and that was what you studied.
Yep.
There was no Instagram.
Yeah, and you get like one record or one CD, and you're like, that's your life. That's like all you listen to.
And now, that shit so well.
Yeah, I love hearing something that I like was obsessed with back in the day, and it's like I know every fill, I know every, and now it's like no one has a concentration. It seems like, or not. I shouldn't say no one, but it's tough now to do that because you're constantly, a playlist pops up or another. There's so many things that are just getting thrown at you, so it makes it tough.
I always think about Dennis Chambers just sitting in a room somewhere with a cigar in his mouth and a record playing.
Yeah.
And just going, this is
what
I'm doing for this hour. This is my time to do that thing.
Yeah.
And just fully digest this music, this great album, whatever it is.
For sure. Which is hard to do nowadays. Like I love driving because that's my time to put on like records and like dig into one artist and like have it on repeat and just, that's when I'm home too. Like obviously I like doing that, but being on the road is, or if you're in a van, throw the headphones on and you're just like, all right, here's a new album that I'm going to dig into this. So.
What's the last record that you really did that with and you were like, yeah, this is it?
Well, like I said earlier, I'm on a Tom Petty kick. So right now, Highway Companion, I've been listening to quite a bit, which is like sort of like that early 2000s Tom Petty era, right after Wildflowers. And the one before that too is this album Echo, which is great because I shouldn't say it's great, but I mean, it's a fantastic album, but he basically wrote it while he was going through a divorce. So it's really dark.
Yeah.
And that's, so I can relate to it. Like that album I was just nonstop listening to last year. And Rick Rubin produced that one too. So sounds incredible.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So that's sort of the world I've been living in, Tom Petty quite a bit. And I tell people that, and they're like, "Really, Tom? Okay, interesting." I'm like, "Yeah, man, it's great,
dude." I feel for anybody that doesn't get that, that doesn't understand what's great about him. Like, you might not. Hot take: you might not understand music.
Yeah, I mean, just maybe. It's hard to find anyone who doesn't like Tom Petty. People I feel like are either like, "Yeah, cool," or they love him, but I've never met anyone who's like, I don't like Tom Petty.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Like, this guy's going to take 3 chords, not just 3 chords.
Yeah.
The same 3 chords.
yeah.
And make them sound like completely different pieces.
And like come up with these choruses that are like very straightforward, but say so much and are so catchy. And I mean, just the songwriting it's crazy to like to dig into his catalog and be like, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. Like this guy wrote so many good songs. Just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Were they hard to play? No.
Yeah.
Does he have a great voice on like the technical
No.
sense? Definitely no.
Yeah.
Are these songs unbelievably memorable and relatable?
Yeah.
Crazy earwormy? Yes.
Yeah. And like talking about like the personality thing, like he had such a unique personality and his voice was unique and just the way he delivered the lyrics was unique. And I think that's why it's so incredible. You know? It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm dude, on the same page,
yeah,
my dude.
I love it.
Yeah.
I got to see him, I think it was 2016 or 17.
Wow.
Out in, it was a festival. I think it was Arroyo Seco weekend or something out in Pasadena. And it had the original Meters were on the festival, like with Zigaboo,
Bro.
right? Tom Petty with Steve Ferroni, Alabama Shakes were there. There's, Dawes, that band?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were on that festival. Just like a lot of,
Stacked lineup.
yeah. Lettuce, I think, was on that too.
That's
maybe.
wild. Come on.
Yeah, it was a stacked lineup for sure. I remember, I think the Meters were playing at the same time as Alabama Shakes. So I was like, I gotta go to the Meters. But then I ran over to see, Alabama Shakes right after. But
You made the right choice.
Yeah.
I love the Alabama Shakes.
for sure.
I got to see original lineup.
Yeah,
Meters.
you
I
never
would-
see Zigaboo actually
No.
playing in the Meters. It
Wild.
was
That's
crazy.
insane.
And he hit hard, man. I was blown away by how hard he was hitting the drums. It was
Really?
so good, though. Yeah. But you could see why maybe they don't play together a lot in terms of just the way they would look at each other on stage. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're like, oh, yeah, there's a lot of history here in this band. And yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it was one of the best, Oh, Charles Bradley was also on that show.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. On that festival.
That's a dude who just straight up does not get enough love.
Oh man, yeah. Him, like the Lee Fields also, like that whole like the Daptone thing.
Yeah.
And Sharon Jones.
Wow.
Yeah, that stuff I love. And it's been cool playing with Adam Scone because he played with all of those people.
Yeah.
And he's so it's great to pick his brain, hear some stories, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, as a student of history, that's important.
for
Yeah.
sure. Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, both of those guys, Jimmy and Adam are a little more experienced than me, so it's cool to, they're taking my playing to another level, which is great.
Yeah. That's what you want.
Yeah, for sure. So
Outside of drums and even music, what element of history is most fascinating to you?
I was like really into World War II history when I was in college. That's my thesis was on actually my grandfather. He was a hump pilot in World War II, meaning he flew over the Himalayan mountains to like supply the Chinese. It was the like China, Burma, India theater of World War II, which no one ever really talks about. So that was interesting. It was really cool too, because it was towards the end of his life, and I spent a lot of time with him, just interviewing him. And
Wow, that must have been pretty special.
yeah, it
Wow.
was really special. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'd say that's probably my favorite historical topic to study. Also like South African history, I got into that, and Irish history, like the Irish Republican Army, like learning about that period. I'm Irish, so fun. Actually, my dad's side of the family had some ties to the IRA. I guess.
I was going to say, did your family ever blow anybody up?
No, I don't. Well, I think
In a car?
it was more like in the early 1900s when the IRA wasn't as much a terrorist organization. It was like kind of a little bit more legit,
Sure.
but still kind of also one of those things that I probably shouldn't have said out loud. So, but yeah, like I love history. So
I always like that the line that my dad always used, like IRA would pull their guns on you and be like, Are you Catholic or a Protestant? I'm an atheist. Yeah, but are you a Catholic atheist or a Protestant
yeah, right,
atheist?
exactly. You got to answer
Yeah,
it somehow. Oh man, that's a place I've never been to. I really would love to go to Ireland. That's that's on the list. Have you guys been there before?
No, but that's for sure on the list.
Yeah. I hear it's beautiful there. So
the only place I've ever been in Europe is Hungary.
Oh, yeah?
I really haven't been over the pond.
How was that? I've never been to Hungary.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Incredible. That is a really beautiful country.
I bet.
Budapest is insane.
I bet.
And it's super safe too. Like you can walk around there at night and you're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's just a crazy amount you can see different buildings and go, oh, that's clearly Soviet occupation. That's clearly Nazi occupation. That's like, it's just, there's a lot there. There's a lot to learn just by walking around.
That is the craziest part about going to anywhere in Europe is just like, you see buildings here. Oh yeah, that was from the 1800s, or like that's old. And then the stuff there, you're like, it's a castle. It's like it's a whole different level of old. It's cool.
Yeah,
I love like Spain. I've been there a bunch. Italy, I went for the first time pretty recently.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And the food there is just. Yeah, everyone talks about it too. Like, oh, Italy's the best food you'll ever have. You're like, all right, sure. And then you go there and you're like, yeah, this is the best food I've ever had.
You can confirm. All right,
I'm like this.
All right.
Yeah. So it's cool.
Well, as someone that has traveled a lot and played a lot of different countries, even any outstanding bucket list venues, either in the States or elsewhere?
Well, just even in Nashville, I got to play the Ryman a couple years ago, which was awesome. That was kind of a bucket list.
Yeah, sure.
Playing Fuji Rock Festival was a bucket list, so being able to do that was great. I've always wanted to play Red Rocks. I've never done that. That's on the list for sure.
That's the list for sure.
Yeah. Trying to think what other spots. Yeah, I mean, I think that's
The End. I'm sorry.
What is it?
Have you ever been to The End?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not hating. I'm not hating. I love The End. I love The End.
No, I got to go there now.
Yeah,
you'll see it as someone who likes pop punk and like those indie DIY shows. That's where the bands end up here.
Okay.
Is The End.
Cool.
Yeah,
The End is
kind of a hole in the wall on the west side.
As Brandon Center
Midtown,
said, he's like, if they ever try to bulldoze it, I will lay in front of the bulldozer to stop.
It's like a staple. It's that's awesome.
A grungy place.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool little rooms around Nashville. It seems like I'm learning about more of them like every day, which is great. Because everywhere else in the country, places are shutting down. So
yeah,
they're keeping it going here.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm happy to be here. It's. I'm excited to dig into the place more.
Dude,
and
we're stoked that you're here.
Thanks, man.
Are you planning to have a home studio set up?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, in the house. We're gonna have a tape machine and stuff like that, and set up some
that.
Yeah. But I'm honestly pretty green when it comes to recording, so it's one of those things I'm looking forward to digging in and probably being really bad at.
Yeah,
and then like kind of figuring it out.
Now, when you say green in terms of like from a production standpoint,
like engineering myself. Yeah,
I was gonna say I don't think you're green as a session
player.
No,
yeah. I mean, to some degree too. That's a never-ending journey, also. But yeah, just figuring out. I mean, I think I've been in the studio enough, and I really like limited mic setups. Like the Parlor Greens, the first record that we did was one overhead and a kick mic, and that was it.
Yeah,
and I'm
pretty
kind
minimalist.
I really like the minimalist thing for sure.
Yeah, we'll connect you. I mean, we're pretty close with a bunch of session drummers in town.
Oh, that'd be
close
awesome,
friends that we've had on the show. I'm just thinking of Tim Miller and Kip Allen and Luke and John Bostwick, all these guys.
Yeah,
kind of doing the DIY thing, but
killing it.
Yeah, but killing it.
Yeah.
So happy to connect the dots.
They're doing the thing right.
Yeah,
they're all way smarter than I am.
Do you guys know Caleb Crosby at all?
No.
He plays
sounds familiar.
Tyler Bryant in the Shakedown, and he was just touring with Kelsey Ballerini, and he played with Dolly Parton too.
I was wondering who took over that gig, because it was Phil Lawson, right?
I don't know.
He was, but then he started playing with Post Malone.
Oh, wow.
So there goes that.
Yeah. So Caleb is, I did a tour when I was in GA20. It was with Tyler Bryant, so I got friendly with those guys, and he's awesome. He's a great player, and he's doing a ton of recording and stuff, so yeah.
What's going on, drummers? If you're looking to learn how to record drums from home or how to run backing tracks during a live show, because you know it's going to give you more opportunity in the music scene, we made Groove MPL just for you. So Groove MPL is a website where you can find a library of classes that are taught by the best of the best. So we've had Tim Buell, we've had Kip Allen, who you can hear on songs by Keith Urban. We've had Daniel Sauls, who plays for Lauren Daigle, and all sorts of other fantastic musicians. So my name is Taylor Friest, and when I moved here to Nashville, I saw the people that were becoming successful as drummers here, and they were the ones that really understood these other topics aside from just how to play drums, which is great, but as you try to grow in the scene, you realize you have to learn so much more to get these other opportunities. So if you're looking to dive into these topics and get some more opportunities in the drumming scene, you can sign up at groovempl.com with the code NDP, all capital, for Nashville Drummers Podcast, and get 50% off your first month. I look forward to meeting you all.
Well, to kind of bookend it, we kind of started talking, about Lowboy Beaters, and again, shout out to them.
Yeah.
Big sponsor love. But I'm going to hear that you have other endorsements as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Bosphorus Cymbals, Big Firth, Prologix, orthopedic drum thrones. That sounds pretty cool. Talk to us about how you've approached endorsements and what's next there.
I'm trying to think how. Well, you mentioned the orthopedic drum throne one. I went through. It's kind of a sensitive topic in terms of, I basically had some like medical stuff I was dealing with.
Sure.
And a friend of mine had a similar thing, and so he introduced me to the guy who owns that company. And it's those seats that have like the split down the
I've
middle.
seen those, yeah.
Oh, it's like a game changer.
Yeah.
I love it.
I've been looking at those, and I just bought a new throne, and I was looking at one of those.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't do it. Was that a mistake?
Yes.
I think.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Well, what did you get? You didn't get a.
I didn't.
Well,
because I didn't know.
Yeah, I really think it depends on. Like the reason I got it is actually sort of for a medical condition.
Yeah, sure.
So I didn't really have any problems before. So I think any throne is fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
But I do love those ones, and they're really solid. Like I forget what material he uses in there, but it's insanely dense, and it does not collapse at all. So the support is.
Yeah, and I've heard I've heard nothing but good things about those. Probably more suited for like long-term health and
Definitely.
extensive touring. I mean, if you're playing a one-off, Pearl makes great thrones. I mean, other companies make incredibly great.
I think it's like a
thrones.
lifetime warranty on those things. So like if anything happens to it, you just send it back to the guy and he'll fix it and then send it. So they're not cheap, but you're never getting another throne. So you're good.
And how did the Lowboy Beater connection come in?
I forget how that happened actually.
I mean, they were in Colorado. Of course, they're in California now.
Yeah. Somebody, it was years ago, someone definitely introduced me to Nate and those guys. And I had been seeing the beaters around, and those things are awesome.
Yeah.
They look really cool. They just feel incredible, and they last long too.
Yeah.
So I use like the Leather Daddy one, the Felt Daddy, and also just the wood one. I don't know if you guys have tried any of those. But
I've tried all of them.
Yeah.
Go to Drumbox, try them all.
Yeah, they're killer.
I'm still using I have two right now, and I use them. Yeah, I've had them for 5+ years.
Yeah, man. And I love too how they can customize them.
Yeah, who doesn't want a custom?
Right.
Like any drummer's dreams, like the custom drumsticks with their name on it.
Yeah. But like my pedal has like Parlor Greens on it. I think that's the Felt Daddy one, and then the wood beater has Canyon lights on it, so I use that one for that. So it's cool to have those guys are awesome. And Bosphorus Cymbals, I love working with them. They just will do whatever. Like I literally hit them up and was like, "Can you guys make an Elvin Jones ride cymbal similar to this one in this video?" It was a video of Steve Jordan playing like Elvin's ride that has rivets all around it. And they were like, "Yeah, we'll do that." And they made 5 of them and then videoed everyone and said, "Which ones do you want?"
Which ones?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Plural.
Yeah. So I got 2 of them because you never know what it's going to be like until it arrives.
Right.
Yeah.
And that ride cymbal is killer.
Damn.
It's so sweet. So yeah, it's nice to be able to like just do that, and they're like, "Yeah, we can do that for you. Like here it is," and their like craftsmanship is crazy.
Yeah, they make great.
And you'll get that a lot in terms of a lot of these smaller companies can afford to be more hands-on with artists.
Yeah, it's great.
That's a special relationship.
Yeah.
How about drum shells? What are you playing these days?
I play Ludwig, pretty much only Ludwig. I'm not endorsed by them or anything. I'd love to be one day. That's like a dream. not an easy company to
No.
because obviously they're top of the food chain in a lot of ways. But
Does that go into the history of some of your favorite drummers playing those kits?
yeah, I also just love I love like the old 3-ply shells, like I don't know, for whatever reason, like 3-ply, just I think it doesn't get better than that. And like for kick tom and floor tom, so I use those, and then their snare drums. I mean, Acrolite and Superphonics and Black Beauties. It's like you could just have those three, and you're pretty much set. So
My friend Seth Carlson, who is my favorite musician.
Yeah.
He was talking about he's just diving into the drum thing now. He's an incredible guitar player, bass player, great keys player, songwriter, all of the above.
yeah,
But he's diving into drums and recording and engineering. And he was just talking about Ludwig's, and he was like, all these different companies make these incredible drums. He's like, when I think of Ludwig, though, when I think of what drums just sound like in my brain,
you hear that.
That's that sound.
It's crazy, right? Because it's
Yeah.
on so many recordings, and
Right.
isn't the Superphonic like the most recorded snare of all time?
I believe
think?
it is,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Like it just sounds like that's a snare.
Yes, that's what a
You
snare
hear,
sounds
right?
like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have a 70s Superphonic that I use on basically everything, and I used to actually I still have the Acrolite, a 60s one that I love too, and I mean they're so versatile and
Yeah.
just workhorses of an instrument also, and yeah. So I have 3 kits, and all of them are like 60s or 70s Ludwigs, basically. Yeah,
Sick.
that's my my favorite to play.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Quick advice for drummers looking to land endorsements.
I mean, I'd say don't be afraid to reach out to companies. Also, like understand the landscape of the current drum market and how you're not going to get anything for free.
Yep.
I think most of the endorsements that I have gotten have been through friends who are already endorsed, who naturally they're like, oh man, like you need that, or that I feel like you would like this, and let me introduce you to
Dude, the power of the referrals.
Yeah,
is huge.
yeah. The cold, like, yeah, just sending a random email, you're probably not going to hear anything.
Yeah.
Also, I'd say don't put so much stock into endorsements. I think it's like it's easy to do that and then feel bad about yourself if you don't have any, or like get stressed out about it. And I'd just like focus on playing your instrument, and then
Right.
things will come as they do. You know,
I feel like that's the case with any accolade, or, I don't think anyone is in this career path to
For
win
that.
those things.
Yeah.
You do your best work, and if you're so lucky to win something like that,
Yeah.
and be respected by your peers and community, that's incredible.
yeah.
But that shouldn't be first. That shouldn't be necessarily what you're chasing.
Yeah, and I have a Vic Firth endorsement, and part of me is like I don't deserve a Vic Firth, because they're my favorite sticks, and I got to get my name on it and stuff like that.
That's why you're endorsed, though, because they're your favorite sticks.
Yeah, but it feels like surreal, It's like this, this. Yeah, I don't know. It's
I know what you mean.
yeah. But yeah, I'd say I think it's as I said, easy to. There's so many things that can make you feel crappy about yourself as a musician, and a lot of it, in some ways, is like smoke and mirrors. Like this guy has all this stuff or whatever, but it's like he's been doing it a while. He met the person that he needed to meet for it to happen, and that's it doesn't necessarily mean he's any better than you are. It's like it's just the way the world is. You just keep grinding, and things will happen.
Yeah.
So
100%.
Dan, that's good advice.
oh, cool.
Hey, drummers, are you worried about losing your hearing? Did you know noise exposure can cause permanent hearing loss? Dr. Jason Baker with Music City Audiology provides mobile concierge services to musicians in Nashville and surrounding areas. That's right, he is 100% mobile and will come to you. If you need ear impressions, custom in-ear products, ear cleaning, hearing tests, or information about protecting your ears, he's your guy. Music City Audiology cares about drummers and wants to help you maintain your most valuable tools, your ears. Visit MusicCityAudiology.com to book your consult today. That's MusicCityAudiology.com.
I love your chill demeanor.
Oh man,
I think
thanks.
that's respected. That's pretty cool.
It's fun hanging with you guys, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Wrap ups?
Should we do some wrap-up questions? Yeah.
Sure.
I have a random one already kind of in my head.
Yeah,
I don't
do
know
it.
why, but what's your go-to airport snack?
Ooh. First thing it's kind of embarrassing that I like love those little muscle milk things.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to
protein. Yeah.
been trying to like work out a lot recently and focus on getting protein. So I drink those a lot, and they also kind of fill me up. So that's usually what it is.
Great.
Or pistachios. I'm on a like obsessive pistachio phase.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you into the red bag, the chili pistachios?
Oh, I love those ones.
God, I'd
Man.
just destroy those.
I can't stop eating pistachios. It's like crack.
Oh,
the minute you start, like I don't know what it is about them, man. And this only happened like within the last year. Yeah, those ones are killer. The chili ones, yeah.
They're doing something to them because that same thing has happened to me. I'm like
Right?
every other week. I'm like, I think I maybe still have some pistachios at home, but I'm gonna get another bag.
I can't
right
buy
now.
them. I can't buy them because I will just eat the entire bag in one sitting.
That's me with like Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah,
That's
The water we've talked about this. The
Oh
watermelon.
man,
the children.
And the children. Yeah.
I love Sour Patch Kids too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halloween trick or treat.
Oh, it's coming up, right?
Yeah. If you had to remove one vegetable from the earth,
Oh wow,
what would it be?
Oh wow.
I've never thought about that before.
Yeah, sure you didn't.
I don't like hate any vegetables, to be honest with you. I mean, I guess broccoli, maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
What
That hurts me to hear, but all
Right, exactly. You guys you can leave, man. Wrong answer.
Thought we had something here, man.
Yeah,
Hates
man.
broccoli. Come on.
I thought you were cool.
Oh, yeah, right. I love Brussels sprouts. I'd never do it to those things. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, how do you prepare your Brussels sprouts?
I don't prepare them at all. Actually,
Someone
I
else
just
does.
get them at a restaurant.
I like that.
Yeah, that's one thing too. Like I need to get better at cooking. Like I never cook much because I'm always out, sort of.
You're doing stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I make a good omelet. That's pretty much what I live off of when I'm home.
Yeah. What goes in your omelet?
Just cheese and bacon and eggs. That's it.
Yeah, that's
True American breakfast.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, diners also. That's my go-to on the road. If I can go to a diner,
Yeah.
just go get a big
that.
omelet,
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
the protein, and it's never that expensive. So it's or Texas Roadhouse is another good spot actually
Yeah.
on the road. Yeah, I like those places. So
I still have never been to Texas Roadhouse, but everyone tells me I got to go have the
yeah,
roast.
it's not great, you know, but it's
Yeah.
consistently the
Yeah.
same from location to location.
Like, you know what
I
you're
feel like
going
that's
to get.
Cracker Barrel. Like, is it really great? I know Nate has his opinions on that, but
Yeah.
it is consistent.
I've only been to
Cracker
Cracker
Barrel
Barrel. Yeah, I've only been there a couple of times. The other spot that Pat from Canyon Lights, he's obsessed with Golden Corrals.
Okay.
And he drags me to those. It's like all you can eat buffet, and they're like pretty cheap, but it's not good.
It's not good. Dude, buffets are not good.
Not a good move. But he only eats meat. Like it's crazy. The dude
Like
has
strict carnivore
oh
or
yeah,
like
strict. Like so he'll go there, and honestly, it's smart for him because he'll just have like 8 steaks.
Yeah.
So the people at Golden Corral are like, this guy's here again. Like he gets his money worth. His money's worth when he's there. But yeah, not my favorite spot. Yeah.
All right. Well, one last question for me, at least.
Yeah.
Do you have a quote that you live your life by or think of often?
I remember in college, my big band director said something about you have to be the go-to guy in your community. And I remember like writing that down and like posting it on my wall. Like, and he meant like you're reliable, you know, you work hard, you show up prepared, you're easy to get along with. It's like you want to be the person who's like, I need a drummer for this one. You want to, you know, be one of the first people that pops into someone's head, be the go-to guy. So I guess that's the first thing I thought of. I remember like being like, that's kind of a good philosophy to work towards.
Yeah, have good character.
Yeah.
Build a good rapport with people.
Yeah, for sure. Easy to work with and,
Yeah.
you know, so I'd say that. Yeah.
Cool.
last one.
Yeah.
Where would you like the nice people listening to this to come and find you?
You can check out my website, timcarmandrums.com, or my Instagram, which is tcarmandrums. And then I don't know when this is going to air, but we're playing the Blue Room on October 30th. I'm guessing that's going to be gone and done by the time this is.
It was a great show. I really enjoyed it, man.
Yeah.
Killer.
It's great meeting you guys there. No,
Dan really enjoyed it.
Shit, now I have to go.
But yeah, and check out Parlor Greens.
I can't believe Nate skipped his gig to go see him. That's so nice of you, Nate.
Yeah, thanks, Nate.
Yeah, you know.
What a guy. What a stand-up guy.
Yeah, I'd say check out Parlor Greens and Canyon Lights. Those are the two bands that I play in. Yeah.
Sick. Well, again, thanks to Jeremy and Nate for connecting us.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Welcome to Nashville. Can't wait to see all that you're going to be up to. And
awesome. I appreciate it.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Great talking to you guys.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Nashville Drummers Podcast. If you liked it, please consider leaving us a review on the Apple Podcast app.
Please consider supporting us on Patreon. For $5 a month, you can help support this dream and keep the ball rolling for us. Believe it or not, it's not free or even necessarily cheap for us to make this thing go. To sign up, go to patreon.com/Nashville Drummers Podcast or click the link in our Instagram bio. All of your help is greatly appreciated.
Visit our website, NashvilleDrummersPodcast.com, where you can listen to all past episodes, learn more about myself and Nate, and buy all your favorite Nashville Drummers Podcast merch, including t-shirts, tank tops, sweatshirts, hats, and drum heads. Connect with us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube at Nashville Drummers Podcast. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.